Did you know that the average life expectancy in the United States is 78 years? That means many of us will live well into our 70s and beyond. But here's a sobering fact: 99% of deaths after age 75 are caused by just five things. Yes, you heard that right. Five major health conditions are responsible for nearly all deaths in older adults. Knowing them isn't just about awareness, it's about arming yourself with the power to fight back. Over the next few minutes, I'll break down each of these five causes. I'll explain what they are in simple terms, share some eye-opening statistics, and give you practical, easy-to-follow advice on how to prevent or manage them. Plus, I'll share real-life stories of people just like you who have taken control of their health and are thriving as a result. So, whether you're watching this for yourself or for a loved one, stick around, because this information could literally save your life. Let's start with the number one killer: heart disease. Heart disease is a broad term that covers a range of conditions affecting your heart. Think of it like this: your heart is the engine that keeps your body running, and heart disease is anything that throws a wrench into that engine. It includes coronary artery disease, where the blood vessels feeding your heart get clogged with plaque, leading to chest pain or even a heart attack. It also includes heart failure, where your heart can't pump blood well enough, and arrhythmias, which are irregular heartbeats that can throw everything off balance. Here's the hard truth. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, heart disease is the leading cause of death for people over 75, accounting for about 25% of all deaths in this age group. That's one in every four deaths. And it's not just a men's issue. Women are just as likely to be affected. But here's the silver lining: a lot of heart disease is preventable. How? It starts with your lifestyle. Eating a heart-healthy diet, think fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins, can work wonders. So can regular exercise. You don't need to run a marathon. Even a daily walk can help. And if you smoke, quitting is one of the best gifts you can give your heart. Let me tell you about John, a 78-year-old retired teacher. In his 60s, John got hit with a double whammy: high blood pressure and high cholesterol, both big red flags for heart disease. But instead of giving up, he took charge. He started walking every morning, swapped out fast food for fresh produce, and worked with his doctor to manage his medications. Today, John's 78 and still going strong. He told me, "I never thought I'd be this active at my age, but making those changes was the best decision I ever made." So what can you do? First, get regular checkups. Know your blood pressure and cholesterol numbers. Second, make small changes. Add a salad to your day or take a 30-minute walk. Third, don't ignore symptoms like chest pain or shortness of breath. Talk to your doctor ASAP. Heart disease is common, but it doesn't have to be your fate. Now let's talk about cancer. Simply put, cancer happens when cells in your body start growing out of control. It can begin almost anywhere: your lungs, your colon, your breast. And if it spreads, it gets even tougher to handle. For older adults, the most common types are lung cancer, breast cancer, prostate cancer, and colon cancer. According to the National Cancer Institute, cancer is the second leading cause of death for people over 75, making up about 20% of deaths in this age group. Why does it hit harder as we age? Well, over time, our cells pick up damage, and that can increase the risk. But here's the key: many cancers can be prevented or caught early when they're easiest to treat. Quitting smoking slashes your risk of lung cancer. Eating plenty of fruits and veggies might lower your odds of colon cancer. And screenings, like mammograms for breast cancer or colonoscopies for colon cancer, can spot trouble before it turns deadly. Take Mary, a 72-year-old grandmother. Mary was always on top of her health, but she dragged her feet on getting a colonoscopy. She thought it sounded like a hassle. Then she learned colon cancer is highly treatable if caught early. She finally went for it, and good thing she did. The doctor found a small precancerous polyp, removed it, and now she's cancer-free. Mary says, "I'm so glad I didn't skip that screening. It probably saved my life." What can you do? First, ask your doctor about screenings that fit your age and history. Don't put them off. Second, cut your risks. Ditch smoking, eat a balanced diet, and stay active. Third, listen to your body. Notice a weird lump, a change in your bathroom habits, or unexplained weight loss. Get it checked out fast. Cancer's a frightening word, no doubt, but you've got more power than you think. Stay informed, stay proactive, and you can tip the odds in your favor. Next up, chronic lower respiratory diseases, or CLRD for short. This is a group of conditions that make it tough to breathe, including chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, emphysema, and chronic bronchitis. Imagine your lungs as a pair of balloons. CLRD is like someone slowly letting the air out, leaving you gasping. The CDC says CLRD is the third leading cause of death for people over 75, causing about 10% of deaths in this age group. The biggest trigger? Smoking. But things like air pollution or even genetics can play a part too. Here's the good news. You can prevent or slow CLRD. If you smoke, quitting is the absolute best step. It's never too late. Avoiding secondhand smoke and nasty pollutants helps too. And if you've already got a diagnosis, treatments like pulmonary rehab can improve your breathing. Let me introduce Bob, a 76-year-old former smoker. Bob puffed away for 40 years and got hit with a COPD diagnosis in his late 60s. At first he thought, what's the point? The damage is done. But his family pushed him to quit. He did, and he started pulmonary rehab, exercise and tips to manage his lungs. Now, Bob walks farther without wheezing and plays with his grandkids. He says, quitting was brutal, but it gave me back my life. So, what's your move? First, if you smoke, get help to quit. Think nicotine patches or support groups. Second, shield your lungs. Use an air purifier at home or avoid smoky areas. Third, watch for signs like a nagging cough, wheezing, or feeling winded all the time. If you've got those, see your doctor pronto. Early treatment can change everything. CLRD is rough, but you're not helpless. Take these steps, and you can keep breathing easier for years to come. Let's move on to stroke. A stroke happens when blood flow to your brain gets cut off, either because an artery's blocked or a blood vessel bursts. Without oxygen, brain cells start dying fast. It can lead to disability or even death if you don't act quickly. The American Stroke Association says stroke is the fourth leading cause of death for people over 75, and it's a top reason for long-term disability. Your risk goes up as you age, but here's the kicker. Many strokes can be prevented. How? It's all about controlling your risks. High blood pressure is the biggest bad guy. Keep it in check, and you're halfway there. High cholesterol, diabetes, smoking, and extra weight pile on the danger too. A healthy diet, regular exercise, and kicking cigarettes to the curb can slash your odds. Meet Susan, a 74-year-old retiree. Stroke ran in her family, so she was on alert. She teamed up with her doctor to manage her blood pressure and switched to a Mediterranean diet: fish, nuts, olive oil. She took up yoga to chill out. Then one day, she felt sudden weakness on her left side. She knew the signs, called 911, and got treatment fast. Today, She's fully recovered. Susan says, knowing what to look for and acting quick saved my life. What can you do? First, check your blood pressure often. Treat it if it's high. Second, live heart healthy. Eat well, move more, skip smoking. Third, memorize. Fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911. See those signs in yourself or someone else. Don't wait. Get help now. Stroke is an emergency, but you can outsmart it. Prevention and fast action are your best weapons. Finally, let's tackle Alzheimer's disease. This is a brain disorder that creeps in slowly, stealing your memory, your ability to think clearly, and eventually your independence. It's the most common type of dementia in older adults, and it's a heavy burden on families too. The Alzheimer's Association says it's the fifth leading cause of death for people over 75, and it's getting more common as we live longer. There's no cure yet, but studies hint that lifestyle tweaks might delay it or slow it down. What works? Keeping your brain busy, reading, puzzles, learning something new. Exercise pumps blood to your brain, so that's a win too. A diet full of antioxidants and omega-3s, like berries and fish, might help protect your noggin. Here's Helen, an 80-year-old former librarian. Helen's always loved books and crosswords. When her memory started slipping, she didn't give up. She ramped up her brain games, joined a book club to stay social, and added daily walks and more veggies to her routine. She knows she can't stop time, but she feels sharper. Helen says, I may not recall every detail, but I'm still me, and I'm still loving life. What can you do? First, challenge your brain. Try a new hobby or class. Second, get moving. Aim for 150 minutes of exercise a week. Third, eat smart. Load up on greens, nuts, and fish. Fourth, stay connected. Friends and family keep your mind humming. Alzheimer's is tough, but these steps give your brain a fighting chance to stay strong. So there you have it, the 5 big hitters after age 75. Heart disease, cancer, chronic lower respiratory diseases, stroke, and Alzheimer's disease. They sound intimidating, but you've got the power to push back. Knowledge is your shield, and action is your sword. Quick recap. Heart disease? Diet, exercise, checkups. Cancer? Screenings, healthy habits. CLRD? Quit smoking, protect your lungs. Stroke? Blood pressure, no FAST. Alzheimer's? Brain games, stay active. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Start small, a walk here, a salad there. Every choice you make for your health stacks up. If this video helped you, hit that thumbs up and share it with your friends and family.